Alright everybody, this is John from Legacy Woodworking, and thank you so much for watching this first video in our series of spindles from Conversational CAM Pro. Now, I haven't done much with this program at all, so I'm a little bit nervous about this video. Hopefully it'll do well. For all of you guys that have been following us for a while, you know that Chris is my turning expert. But today, I thought it'd be good if I was doing it so that we can kind of learn together. It's always good because as you're learning, a lot of times you're going to be earning. And all that means is that hopefully, as you're watching these videos, you can learn to do more cool things on your Maverick CNC machine and hopefully add and open up a new place to earn a little bit of money, a new avenue for revenue. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a look at our first spindle. Our first spindle here we know is 36 inches long total. We know that the finished is going to be a 1.6875 or essentially 1 11/16. We know that our V-bit's going to start here in the transition from square to round at 6 inches. We know from 6 inches down to 30 inches, we are going to need to turn it round. We're going to turn it round to that 1 11/16. And after we're done doing that one, we're going to plunge in with our shallow classic point right here, and we're going to drop that one down at 6.5. Let's go ahead and start working in Conversational CAM Pro. Now, the first thing we have to do is we have to actually start a project. So we're going to go here to Project, and we're going to make a new one, a new project. And this is going to be a 36-inch spindle, and this is going to be the CCAM Pro series. Gotta spell that right. All right. Now we're going to be working in the turning center. In the description, I'm going to call this 1.75 by 1.75 by 36 square blank. And you could make this, the Hennon's, your staircase baluster, or the Anderson staircase baluster. You can name it whatever you want to make sure that you remember what you're doing it for. All right, so let's go ahead and click on Save. Got it? And let's do this and select. Now we've defined what we're going to be working on. We're going to click on the turning center here, manage our parts, and let's add a part because we're going to need one of those. Let's go to a new part, and the part name is going to be 36-inch square blank. And in here, we're going to make a multi-sided blank. The length is going to be 36. The thickness is going to be 1.75, and the number of sides is going to be 4. It's not tapered, so we're going to go ahead and save this one here. And here we have now our blank. That's all laid out and ready to go. We go ahead and select here, and click on it. We have our blank now, and now is where we start adding all of our tool paths. So you can notice that first we had to define the project, and we had to define what we're working on, and now we can start our tool path. So we're going to manage our tool paths here. We're going to do 3 separate tool paths to it. We're going to start by going to turning. We're going to go turning round. We're going to add that one. The second one will also be turning, and that's going to be a tool profile. And the third one will also be a tool profile. Once we've got all those in, it's going to click on close. And you'll notice over here that they're all red. Now red just means they haven't been programmed yet. So we're going to go ahead and select our first one, which is round. Okay, and turning round, we're going to pick our tool for that one. Now when I'm doing this one, I always like to use the 1.25" surfacing bit. Let's go see where you can find it. I'm going to surface planing, 1.25". Here it all is. I'm just going to leave that there and click on select and exit. I'm going to make this default tool number 1 because it's the first tool in my program. If you're using an automatic tool change machine, tool numbers are very important. If you're using a manual tool change machine, they're still pretty important. You can't have 2 tool numbers that are the same if there's a different geometry. In an automatic tool change system, you've got to make sure that each one of them are different so that the machine knows which station to grab those tools from. First question, is it turned round? And the answer is absolutely not. So that stays no. Our starting position, 6. We're going to turn to the diameter of 1.6875 and 11/16. The end position is going to be 30. We're going to come down here all the way to the bottom. Everything else is already answered. Let's go over them real quick. Rough path step over. When I'm just taking off material, we're going to go at a pretty quick step over, go 3/8 of an inch. It actually go more. Rough path feed rate. Now this is set at 30, but I'm pretty impatient, so I'm going to make that 600 instead of 300. Rough path depth, 1/4 inch. That's phenomenal. Final pass step over, 1/8 of an inch. That's going to give us a nice clean diameter there. No tooling marks, things like that. Finished pass at 350. I'm going to bring that up to 450. You'll notice that it's a little bit slower and we're taking a little bit smaller bite. We're going to get a nice clean finish on there. Everything else I'm going to leave the same. I'm just going to click on finish and save. And we now have this one that's no longer at red. So if we want to see what that toolpath looks like, we can just click on it here, say generate G code, and here is all of our code. Let's grab our turning round bit right here, and then it's going to do the work for us. Quick, fast toolpath, and all we're doing, we come back here, we're going to take it, and we're going to turn it round from 6 to 30. Now right at 6 and right at 30, our next step is to add that V bit. Now this one's a little tricky. You can see toolpath, select our tool, and we're going to make sure we get a V bit that's big enough to do the job. And when I came over here, I noticed that 706 with a 1-inch diameter is going to give me a 1/2 inch height. And you'll notice here that we need a 0.4, so that's going to be perfect. Let's use 706. I'm going to come down here, I'm going to find our V bits right here. We move a V bit 90 degree, 1 inch. Okay. There we are there, it's bit number 706. Super happy with that one, select it, and we're going to assign a new tool number. That's going to be number 2. Section diameter is going to be 1.6875. Okay. X-axis position is 6. Use profile height. On this one's case, no. We want to make our cut depth 0. And what that's going to do is going to bring it down, touch that, whip around once to clean it up, looking really nice, and then we're good to go. What's important here is our climb mill side is the left. Look at this one right here. On this first one here, I want my left side to be nice, because my right side's going to be machined off anyway. Okay. Everything else looks fine. We're going to say that our next one is going to be 30. Now this is the cool part about CCAM Pro. Go 6, 30. And now we have 2 options. Now we can just go ahead and say finish and save. If you look at this one here, go finish and save. Now let's generate our G code again. Now if we come down here, we're going to have our first toolpath right here at 6 inches. And because we put a comma in there, our next one right there at 30. Now that's pretty phenomenal in my book, because what that does is by only adding one tool profile toolpath here, we can actually put it in multiple locations. Really like that feature of CCAM Pro. Now let's go on to tool profile number 3. And this tool, this time, if we remember it, and I don't, so we always have to look, it's the 7561, the shallow classic point, 1-inch diameter. Let's go find that here. Let's go see what we've got here. Shallow classic point, 1-inch diameter. All right, make sure it is the same, 7561. We're in business. Go ahead and click on that one. We're going to assign a new tool number. It's going to be number 3. Section diameter, again, is 1.6875. Our x-axis positions on this one is going to be 6.5, comma, 9.5. Use the profile height on this one? Absolutely. What that's going to do is it's going to give us this nice plunge in this shape right down into our board. Okay, we're happy with that one. Climb milling looks great. Finish and save, and let's go ahead and generate that G code. Now we have 3 tools, tool 1, tool 2, tool 3. We're going to do a couple different operations. First one, we're going to turn around. That's right up in here. Second one is turning our tool profile. Do that in 2 locations, in 6 and again at 30. And here, we're going to go at 6.5 and again at 29.5. And what that should do is finish all the programming to build our very first spindle. It's just a basic, squared around, nice transition, and nice perfectly round, perfect same diameter, turning down the entire length of that spindle. We're ready to go to work. So let's go out to the machine and get some sawdust. Welcome to the shop. It's time to make some sawdust. We've got our blanks cut out, and we are ready to take this and turn it into this. Let's go to work.